Oh boy. Hi. Late start. Dinner ran a little late. But that's okay because it ran late because we were watching something else. Anyway, we're back with more Riven. So far, I'm as unimpressed with it as I was when I was a child, but for different reasons. Anyway, we're still going to do more with it. We've got a save outside of what I dubbed the mansion, because I have no idea what else to call it. So let's get into the mansion. Oh, wait. I've got sound screwed up, don't I? Sound's not working. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. Okay. Okay. Oh. Great. Door doesn't open. All of that. Door doesn't even open. All right. That just leads you here. Aha. It's another spinny thing. Do I have to get the spinny things to stop spinning? Is that the goal? Okay. Well, we can only gain close access to one spinny thing that I know of. Which is this one. So how I stop you from spin? Riven goes poorly because there's not enough clues for me to piece together exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I don't know what... I just don't know what is wanted from me here. Okay. Just a random lever. That does not appear to have done anything for me. That cable doesn't come over here. Did that power the fan? Yes. So can we climb? Okay. Cool. We have gotten inside the mansion via a roundabout way. Fan of the pentagonal rooms, I guess. What's this? Last week, while monitoring the situation of the villagers from the scope in my survey room, I observed one of the natives swim out to a small object that appeared to be floating but anchored near the entrance to the bay. I ordered the object removed from the water for inspection. Several days later, however, I was surprised to see another floating there. The missing object had apparently and quite mysteriously been replaced with a new one overnight. I've long been aware of the existence of similar artifacts on the villagers' islands, but have paid them little notice until now. Tomorrow I shall send surveyors to catalog the others. Okay. 1. The latest ink formulation has proven a failure. Even when writing in my most promising books, I obtain only the barest glimmer of a connection. It is frustrating to expend so much effort creating a blank book only to end up destroying it when it doesn't work. There are days when the lab is uncomfortably warm from the flames of these failed attempts. The further I refine each element, the formulations of the inks and papers, the physical dimensions of the books, the more I realize that the list of potential combinations is nearly infinite. It is during moments like that I despair. Without the access to Denis, my long-term goals may never be accomplished. Nevertheless, there are avenues of research which remain to be explored. I am discontinuing regular observations of the stars beneath the fissure. Although I've been able to track the dark cloud-like formations that migrate through the star field and have proven that their paths are cyclical, without proper instrumentation, it is pointless to continue. My general theory concerning the nature of the fissure has remained unaltered since it first appeared. It seems that the fabric of this age has been breached in a way that permits matter to be hospitably exchanged between two discrete but overlapping spaces, much like a link, but the apparent physical contradictions surrounding this juncture defy logical reason. The great column of wind that was formed when the fissure first appeared suggests a vacuum, as one might expect in space. Yet, my early experimentations revealed the presence of a breathable atmosphere. That Atris and Catherine threw themselves into the void is further evidence that it might be safe to travel, but without knowing its true nature, I cannot take the risk myself. It is also difficult to say what would happen if I were to reopen it after so long. But it is likely that the results would be catastrophic, given the changes that have occurred in this age since that time. Maintenance of the steam vent caps completed. I am extremely pleased with the continued success of this system. I believe the construction to have been true to the Denis designs of my memory. Another example of the superiority of Denis technology. Dunny, excuse me. It's ironic that Atris and Catherine unwittingly provided me with such a convenient source of power. As with many of my views over the years, my thoughts regarding the origin of the fissure have changed. I have recently begun to wonder whether it was actually an unexpected byproduct of the changes Catherine and Atris wrote into this age during their escape. Certainly by casting their linking book into the void, they trapped me here quite effectively, but I do not believe that Atris intended the book to be lost in this manner. Much better to destroy it than to risk the possibility of it falling into unknown hands. Also, had they foreseen the creation of the fissure, they would have surely thought that the vacuum it created would eventually consume the atmosphere of this planet, a fate which Catherine undoubtedly would have deemed unacceptable for her home world. If I had not been there to supervise the construction of the seal, this is most certainly what would have happened, for the villagers were far too frightened to even approach the vortex without my urging. I hold on to the belief that it was an unintended consequence of their writing for another reason as well. I prefer to think that my son had meant for this age to be merely a prison for me rather than a death sentence. It was originally spelled Dunny until the devs realized the word Dunny is Australian for outhouse. Yeah. Oh well. The construction of the imagers has proceeded without fault. It is interesting to see how easily I've been able to adapt the Dunny technology to mimic that of the Ahmad. In some ways, the similarities between the two cultures was striking. D''NE to spell Dunny is annoying, and whoever decided that was the solution was wrong. Like, if your written thing cannot actually be pronounced in the language of letters that you are using, do something else. One of my favorite, I can't even remember which book series it is anymore, but like one of my favorite things that I've ever seen was a sci-fi author being like, yeah, and on this planet they have creatures synonymous to dogs. So I'm going to say dog, but on this world it's not what you would think of as a dog, but it is what is treated like a dog. So we're just going to go with that. And they kind of also just spelled it Dinny instead of Dunny. And then everybody would have been making jokes about it being dinner time. Anyway, in some ways the similarities between the two cultures was striking. I wonder if perhaps there had been communication or commerce between the two cultures in earlier times. Maybe Kita's people were even descendants of the Denis. It pleases me to think so. Note, it's possible that if I were somehow able to supply the books with a power source of sufficient magnitude, I could suppress the variance enough to facilitate a solid link. It is doubtful that the geothermal cap generators could provide such an enormous surge. Perhaps I could adapt the fire marbles. I've been cataloging the natural elements of this age for nearly 30 years now, yet still I continue to find evidence of the Dunny's preoccupation with 5. As a boy, it was very clear to me that the number 5 had a special significance to the Dunny society, from the ancient heraldic emblems of the ruling elite to the humble homes of the commoners. It was ubiquitous. Its presence here is obviously a direct reflection of the minds that designed the texts that I used to compose this age. Further proof that through their art, the Dunny masters were indeed creating the marvelous worlds they wrote, and not, as many have mistakenly thought, merely building links to pre-existing worlds. While most of my constructions have been based on Dunny designs, I see now that the ones I have imbued with power of 5 are clearly the most beautiful, the most perfect, and, I believe, the most structurally sound. This world's falling apart? Oh boy. Dunny colors are apparently linked to a horizontal eye, a closed horizontal eye, a horizontal eye with a vertical slit, excuse me, a horizontal eye with a dot pupil, an open eye with a pupil, a vertical eye, with a pupil, and a vertical split circle. Uh-oh. I finally made a breakthrough. I have succeeded in modifying the fire marbles to generate enough power to hold a descriptive linking book in a stable matrix. I have linked to a new world. It is a harsh and desolate age, but it is nonetheless well suited for my purposes, and so I have designated it my... Let's see if I can translate this number. That's going to be 93rd age? No, 98th age. Except that he ends it with end. It's definitely not 7. Like, that's 9. And next to it is 8. Huh. By studying it closely, we will eventually be able to create a more appropriate age for us to resettle on. For now, I will build an office and set up my living quarters there in order that I may conduct my experiments in safety and without distraction. Interesting. Um, also, 6 would be the appropriate one because there's also the center point. I must admit that I am proud of my work. To think that in such primitive conditions I have accomplished in 29 years what it took the original Dunny centuries to achieve. Note, repair outer wear for work on this world. The goggles may need to be redesigned altogether. I have begun construction of a series of link sites for each island that will connect Riven with my new office on... The Survey Guild has finally completed the site location for each island. According to my exact specifications, an installation of the domes is underway at last. Work on the central power source got off to a bit of a bad start, I'm afraid, but the pace has picked up considerably since then, and I anticipate no further delays. I'm looking forward to finally having a civilized mode of transportation. Huh. Okay, well that's similar to the one I've already made, except rotated this way. So what is that telling me? Nothing new. Nothing new. Due to the rebels' continued disturbances, I've decided to install a coded access system into all of the domes. Okay, so it's... Oh boy, this looks complicated. So... I mean, that's just the number 9. I believe that this is meant to be 20 or 10. It's got to be 10, the second batch of 10. Either that or it's 7 on its side. Which leads me to believe that the down arrow is 20. Or again, it's 8 on its side. I mean, that one doesn't match anything we already have. So 30, maybe. Because it's the section of 4 in the front of 3 to show that it's on its side. Or maybe, I don't know. And then our last one is what was 9. on its side. But I'm going to say is probably 40. I caught one of my assistants looking over this journal today. I'm glad I've chosen to write it in a language they cannot decipher. Note, discuss security with each guild master. No problems expected from the maintainers, educators, and surveyors. Question the bookmakers and builders more closely. Today I heard several more reports of spirit sightings by some of the villagers. It seems that under Catherine's leadership, the rebels, or the Black Moiety, as the villagers obstinately insist on referring to them, have attained a new level of sophistication in their terror tactics and have renewed their campaign to intimidate the villagers into joining them, playing upon their shared superstition. The villagers are certainly susceptible to this form of coercion, especially given of late the rebels' increasing acts of vandalism and theft. The Itcham traps have been steadily fruitful this year. Apparently, the breakup of the islands has not adversely affected the subterranean ecosystems. Unfortunately, I imagine the rebels are experiencing a similarly generous harvest. No shortage of poison for their darts this season. Such morbid issues aside, the sudden availability has allowed me to refine a particularly pleasant extract for my pipe, and one that is smoother than any of the others from recent years. Uh-huh. Chemical analysis of one of the rebels' knives has yielded curious results. Its composition contains elements that are unlike anything I've encountered on the islands. It appears they have access to a resource of which I am unaware. Perhaps a mine or an uncharted island. I'm just going to draw a copy of the knife real quick. South side of the village. This is the same area in which there have been reports of people mysteriously disappearing. I think a closer inspection of that area is warranted. The fact that they leave these distinctive knives as a sign of their presence concerns me. They're growing more bold and seem to no longer fear discovery of their hideout. The latest measurements indicate that the recent trend has continued. The movement of the islands has slowed tremendously. My previous estimates predicted a total collapse in approximately 3 months, but with the new figures I am uncertain. I have nearly finished writing the 99th age. But the way he says that with the, like, very clearly 98'd, it's got to be 3. Does this line carry all the way across to show that it's one continuous number? That's confusing. You'd think the adjacency would do that. And I have every faith that it will indeed be a safe place for us to relocate to. Yet it would be helpful to know what has caused the halt in this age's breakup. Is it possible that it's stable after all? If so, I must discover how this age differs from my less successful attempts. My examinations of the 93rd age have thus far proven inconclusive. Like, that would be a 3 without that line. And that would be a 4, so like it could be 93rd and 94th. Or Or perhaps someone is repairing the damage to the Fifth Age. If so, it would almost certainly be Atras's doing. I have reluctantly decided to abandon my experiments into the behavior of the water of this age, as there are more pressing matters on which I must now concentrate, leaving me little time for such speculative research. For future reference, however, my investigations up to this point have revealed the following. I believe the remarkable properties of the water to be caused by a life form that resides in it, specifically a type of bacteria. I'm imagining a motile unicellular organism, but one with structures capable of holding bits of water, whose combined effect, via surface tension, a stronger force, causes the composite body of water to move in response to heat. Prolonged exposure to extreme heat, for example a period of extended boiling, seems to kill the bacteria, which would explain its dramatic aversion to heat sources. Unfortunately, these theories are still not fully tested, and I remain ignorant of both its deeper nature and its possible uses. An exciting development. Last night, a squad of maintainers stumbled upon a lone rebel scout and obtained from him the most incredible device. It is a crystal that somehow powers these flawed linking books, much as my own system does, but with an obvious advantage. It is small and weighs only a few pounds, making it completely portable. Catherine must have fabricated the device before I captured her, obviously with an explicit Dunny schematic she must have brought with her to this age. If only I had had access to such a document all these years. Regardless, I can now concentrate solely on the rating of ages and need no longer worry about building elaborate power supplies for each new book I write. This is a sobering reminder, however, that I must continue to seek an avenue to Dunny. Regaining access to the resources there may be crucial to the completion of my mission. Oh, well, that's the whole journal. Woo! Journal. Alright, that's the exit. Workbench. Frog trap. Dude seriously, like, captures frogs and boils them so he can smoke them. What a weirdo. Egg. Okay. Sure. Okay, looking at tree rings. Has a table vise where he has it on top of the table. Oh, it's a bookbinder. It's a bookbindery. Okay, so... he burns books after they fail. Alright, there's another door. Where does this door go, precious? To another space car. I don't even know how to draw this into my map anymore. My maps become pretty bad. Alright. Rock and roll. Zip, zip, zip. Does appear to be a different location, at least. Elevator ride! Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay, what did that do? No, they're not actually from the room in the journal. Well, they are. They are also there. It's the shapes around the big dome. Right? So these are the other islands. This is doing something. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to turn on this one and hope that it floods something, since there's a big hole in the middle. Because I don't know what else to do. Sure, but what is the The problem is, what is that sequence then, right? Like, this obviously is meant to do something, but what? Okay, that would be that island, I believe. I don't see anything different over there. Ah. Aha! I've done something. Ah. There's a book here. $10, $20, or is that $5? $10, $25. Nope. Okay. know what this is supposed to be doing either. What I do know is I hate that sound. It appears to be the closed slit eye. There we go. I don't know what I was... Oh, come on. Okay. Like, is this just supposed to be giving me an idea of a map? I don't understand what the point of this thing is. Like, is this just them showing off their computer graphics again? As they are wont to do. Like, I get to view something, But to what purpose? So this is the dome there. So if that's the dome, there's the little island. There's the big island. That makes this the L-shaped island, doesn't it? So what this machine does is trigger the one in the room. Yep, okay. So that's all the way back there. Like that. So actually, north is to our right when we're out there. Yeah. So north's that way. I don't know what that does for me in this case. I'm gonna see if the map room like sets it up the same way, or if I like need to rotate it to match every time, which would be annoying. No, I'm confused. I'm looking south, but I didn't need to rotate it because the L goes right in there. No, I do need to rotate it. Piss. I don't even know if that's what we're trying to do here. Since it reset, I feel like it's not. Like, there's something below. How do I get to that? Okay. I feel like I'm missing a clue still. What am I missing? What am I misunderstanding? Like, I don't get up to 40 here. Like, this is 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Is that what those other symbols are? Is it 20, 25? Like, that doesn't seem related to 5, though. Like, it seems to me like it goes 9, 10... Like, is that just 11? No, it's an entirely different... Their number system does appear to be base 5, yeah. So, like, if I were to reduce that, I guess that would make it Sorry. Let me try that in my head. The first number that he gave us was 9. The second one I'm assuming is 10. That would mean the next one's 15. Like, I've done this. That doesn't do anything. It makes that 20 and that 25. Yeah. I'm just not sure. Just not sure. Like, I'm misunderstanding something important. Do is when you turn the ship around, and I'm gonna get out. Hopefully. Come on. See what's through this door. This should get us into the area underneath. Yeah, let's get in the creepy metal box. catching me here. Yes, thanks for that. Kid said hi. So this is a different place. Hello? Hello? Game. Game. There we go. Cool, it's back. Yeah, okay. Great. I love a guy who considers himself king. What's this button here? Rotate my giant throne. Oh, I see. It's a person. All right. That was super useful. Yaha. All right. Okay, that's this location. Hello, giant tusk fish. Is that it? Thanks. Okay. So. That's here. That one appears to be busted. Blue. Green. Yellow. This one is orange. This one's red. Yeah, thanks. I don't need to watch the movie again. So this one is probably meant to be purple. Or indigo. But I'm going to guess purple. Okay, so we have a clue about that. What do you need? Here, come here. No, you don't need to go back outside. I saw you just get let out. Or you apparently didn't do any of your business. Oh, he did all of his business. Okay. Do anything from this side. So all of that. Sure. Well, I guess let's see where this one takes us, huh? I'm gonna start, like, skipping some of these cutscenes. Well, except that we haven't seen that ride yet, so here we'll do it, and then we'll do it in reverse. My apologies. The elevator. Lower the staircase. Ah. We've made a shortcut through the fish god. How would Gen not... Hello, small child. It's a one-way path. I can't lock it open. Yeah, you trigger the alarm so nobody will talk to me. I left the tank here, right? I did. Bang! 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, so you looked at me this time at least. Tusk fish. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense now. That's the station. I didn't hit the magic spaceship call button. I guess the question is, like, are there other clues? I don't know. The number sequence again? Sure. This is the dome's number sequence again. A coded access system into all of the domes. Like, the best I can think right now with them is that it's 9, rotating it onto its side, multiplies it by 5. So it'd be 9, 10, 15. I don't have one that makes sense for that next one. And 45. If it was times 5. I guess that additional gap would mean that that would be 40? 8 times 5? Like, that's what would make sense, right? Like, we go 9. Or is it supposed to be 4 times 3? Right? If it's a multiplicative when you rotate it. Nine, 10, 15, 4 times 3. For 12. Yeah, but 5 would be, if it's the rotated straight into its side, that makes that line a 5 multiplied by what's on the bottom. 5 is a straight through line. The line doesn't go straight through there. But it also doesn't match what a 4 would be. The closest would be a 9. 9 times 3. Oh, I see. I see. So you're saying that would be 19. Well, 1's a vertical line. I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So 19. And then that's a 5. Well, that's a 1 with a 4. But I mean, like, it's also, if we're thinking that it's a rotated 5, 5 times 4 would be 20. So 9, 10, 15, 19, 20. Well, we know for a fact that the little meter only goes up to, counts up to 25. So, like, that's kind of where I'm at right now. Alright, so 20, 19, 15, 10. Nope. Alright, now okay, so you're saying 21, 19, 16. Why 16? Because it has the 1 drawn over the top of it. Oh boy. They had to come up with a new way of doing math. You got it. Not terrifying or anything. Okay. But I haven't generated power to stabilize it for access yet. Yeah, the numbers conjoined thing is weird. So it's 9, 11, 16, 19. Okay. So we have to figure out how to generate power to it first. Is this what generates power to it? Yeah, well, I don't have any fire marbles. Yeah, so we're still missing something. We turned off the boiler. Is that what it is? Right, this is what was up here. Come on. Yeah, they definitely worship tusk fish. Yeah. Yep. Like, I am missing something, though. Like, still. It's like, great, we've done that, but like... We have no idea if the Dunny have a concept of zero. Like, there's another spinning dome down there. How do I get to that spinning dome? By that bridge. How do I get to that bridge? Great question. I guess I go down this way. Go up. Why does this work now? I've hit that button before. I don't know what I changed. Fully open up. Do we think it's the same code? Terrible security. Now, do we think this one works? Sure don't look like it. All right. Well, great. All of that to continue to run into a dead end. See, this looks to me like a power supply. Oh, that's where the scope is. Okay, how do I get to that scope? Don't need to power the frog catcher anymore. This leads back to here. 21, 19, 16, 11, 9. Let's see if that did it. Sure doesn't look like it has. There's a drain. Yay. I'm so glad. Oh, that's why it didn't do anything last time, because I hadn't lifted this one out of the way. Got it. Like, do I need to close those steam valves now that I've opened these bridges? That's going to be annoying. It wouldn't surprise me if that's the case. This is still here. This is still here. All right. Guess this is where we see if this elevator works. Oh, it just releases the steam. It's like not even containing it for something else. So it shouldn't even be a thing. That's not it. I'm annoyed. Yeah. There's a lot of those daggers around. Like, look, there's a big one right there. There's a little one right there. We don't know the combination for this. I don't believe. Like, is all this thing is to show us his Oz the Great and Powerful nonsense? Yeah. I just think it's a thing. Because, like, here's a big one. And what we saw is that these are used for projections. I feel like there's something I missed. Somewhere. Like, okay. So the big thing here is to drop bait for the big fish. Alright, fine. Like, big tusk fish, altar. There's something in there, but I'm not allowed to grab it. Like... I haven't seen... Like, there's a bridge up there. How do I get on that bridge? But I don't know what to do. This remains my problem here. I know of one way to get on the other side of this island. Have I tried to go in there when that's lowered? I don't think I have. I also don't think I can. Crawl out this pipe. Really? I was hoping. to get to wherever this thing's coming through the wall. But I don't know how. I feel so lost. Like, this is driving me just a little bit bonkers, how lost I feel. Like, it's all well and good that we've got that bubble going there, but to what purpose? Other than activating the weird map table, what? Yeah, we learned the colors, but nothing's asked us about them. The only thing I can think there is, like, maybe... Alright. This one's the dome. Right? No. That one's the dome. This has got to be the woods. The village. So why is there a big-ass hole in the middle of it? Alright, so that's the spiky bit down at the bottom. That's the platform. This is the caldera we're in. And that's where the dome is. Now oriented that way. Wrong button. Yeah, I feel like I'm just a dummy. Like I'm missing something. So, like, that's the generator island with the mansion. That's where that cave is. Lake's down in the bottom. That's where the mansion is and the trail there. Yeah, like, we're not really getting much out of this. Like, for all the good that does us, what is the point? I'm gonna admit frustration. Which I know comes as a complete shock at this point. But it just doesn't make sense to me, like, where we're supposed to be going next. What we're supposed to be doing next. Like, we have to generate power for the books so that we can use them to go to the age that Gen is hiding out in. But, like, I don't know how to generate the power. And, like, it seems like, you know, oh, you went this way and you saw a person. Dang it, I did it again. You know, and they ran away that way. It's like, oh, tusk fish, though. Like, is there something else I'm supposed to be pulling away from this? Right? Like, we got the colors off the one scope. So let's look through the other scope again. Maybe... just blue. This is a person locked up somewhere in the village, maybe. I don't know. Okay, they've moved. Am I supposed to be watching you go somewhere? No, they're not bleeding. It's a shawl? A dress? Perhaps this is meant to be Catherine? Does that mean she's outside now? No. Shawl's back, so this is just a video repeating. She's just coming and collecting the shawl again. Okay. No idea where that's supposed to be. Hit the button to make that go away. Yeah, thank you. Hit the button, make the other one come down. So, like, the only other thing I can think... but the thing is like, the instant we walk away from this... There's only one way for me to test if the light stays on. Come on. Don't stay on. So like my thought was, okay, other than teaching us the colors, is that one supposed to be a way for me to control where the tusk fish goes? But apparently not. Because I can't walk away from the machine and leave the lights on. So I just don't know. I feel like I'm just running around and rubbing myself on walls. Come on. I just lured him there. And nothing happened. Like, it leaves. Like, we can see the dome spinning on top of that building. But we have to be able to get there via the walkways, which we have to get up. The only way I can think of that we get up on those is by doing something with that, because there's a ladder there. I guess maybe... Okay, well, here's a thought. I am at the dock, so if I go forward from here... Apparently I need to turn around first. Alright. If we go forward from here... That brings us down to that intersection. Forward from here. This gets us... But nothing happens because there's no bait on it. Go forward. do is turn around, go right. All right. So that, I can't see if anything's happened there. But that's retracted. That's retracted. That's retracted. Like, the tank's over there. I can't get in it anymore because I've retracted this ladder. I was wondering if maybe messing with those in some way would make something obvious happen with this. But, like, I need to get up that to get into there, is what I'm seeing. Am I missing something? Did I just repeat myself? I did. Alright, turn around. We go forward. Then we go left. No. We turn around. And then we go left. Wrong lever! No? I'm all turned around now. I was trying to go back to the schoolhouse. The thing is those lights are all clearly attached to that room. They're all immediately around that area. As well. So, like, it's a completely different island. The fish being over there doesn't help me here.
koi danni, ki bayem revat, al royem beetig tavon.
Okay. Well, that doesn't help me at all. Aha! There's something else. That's the number 5. Oh. Well then, what's that doing there? I feel like I'm missing something just blatant at this point, or what they thought was blatant, and just isn't. Alright, I brought this back up here. To what purpose? I don't know. Like, I feel like this is supposed to be an offering to the fish. Right? But how do I get it there? Like, I have to be missing something obvious, right? Right? It's the only thing that makes any sense. I just don't know what else I'm supposed to have picked up on that I have failed to understand at this point. Know what I mean? back inside the fish? I mean, yeah. But only from the one way. Dang it. Keep hitting escape because I'm trying to skip through the cutscenes. All being inside the fish does is get us the option to leave the fish. That's all I got. I feel like I'm missing something like blatantly obvious. And I just don't know what it is. Like, I'm lost. Yeah, that's where that goes. But, like, it doesn't do anything. Well, we've been going for almost 3 hours. It's almost midnight. Clearly, not solving this today. I'm utterly stumped, honestly. Like, just completely at a loss for what I'm supposed to be doing next. Like, there's no clear guidance. Like, the last thing we saw was a person running away from us. Then we saw the small child who also ran away from us. And then, now what? Like, we've been led back to the village. But I don't know how... Well, the way we got what we've gotten, like the additional little forward momentum we got with the books, is that we found a book and we read it and it gave us clues. But I don't know how to turn the power on. All right? Like, I don't know how to turn on the power. And they all appear to link to the same age. Again, the spinning dome on the village island is up on top of that building next to a bunch of catwalks. I bet that we have to be able to get up to get on those catwalks to be able to interact with that dome. And even then, great, we've interacted with yet another dome, but we can't use the books. Like, it doesn't help. I think that we're supposed to transit into the other world to continue advancement. But to do that, we have to figure out how to turn on the damn power. And I'm not clear on what I'm supposed to do there. Like, we tried activating it while the water was risen. But I don't know. I'm at a loss. Not going to lie. But we'll make that future Ken's problem. For now, I'm going to go bed. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I'm just tired. Could be. Could be. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. Appreciate the help with the numbers. I'm going to bed. You all go to bed too. Have a good night. Bye.